Hi everyone. My name is Izzy. I'm a freshman, and I'm gonna steal Lulu and Simon's note. If you haven't met me, come say hi. So I'm not gonna talk about spring break or anything. I didn't really do anything cool, but that doesn't matter. I just want to talk a little bit about what God has been kind of teaching me lately, and just this season of life that I've been in. I feel like He's just been filling me with so much joy, and I've gotten to know Him a lot better lately, and I just feel like I can't hold it all in, and God gave me the opportunity to talk about it, so here I am. So coming to college, at the beginning, I was at a place in my faith where I was like, okay, God's brought me through some things in my past, and I'm at the point in my faith where I just want to grow closer to God and learn more about Him. And at that same time period, I was going to church, I was going to His house and Delight and all kinds of stuff. And in all of those different things, the word abide kept coming up at every single one of them. It was like God was shouting it in my ear. And I was like, okay, you're definitely trying to tell me something. So basically, again, in that same time period, I saw this other message. May or may not have been from TikTok, but it was this girl that was talking about how God, she was talking about how, we as Christians have a hard time making God part of every single part of our lives. And she just said, when you think about it, from the moment that Jesus was born to the moment that He died on the cross and was resurrected, every single second of His life was for the sole purpose of us and for saving us. So, why do we have a hard time giving every part of us to God? And I realized, I took a minute and thought about, my life. I was like, okay, I'm going to church, I'm going to all these things, but what about, all the in-between moments of my life, all the mundane, boring parts of my life? I didn't forget about God, but I just wasn't thinking about Him then. And that's where the word abide came in. And for me, the word abide just means, being in constant awareness of God and His presence in my life, and just knowing that He's with me and by my side, no matter where I am. So I think God was really teaching me to make Him part of my life in those in-between mundane moments. So some of the things I started doing to apply that into my life was just making prayer a big priority, when I would be walking to class or at the gym or just any time that I get the chance, just being have a little conversation in my head, hey God, thank you for all this, please be with me, just simple conversation here and there. Also, just reframing my mindset. For example, I would be going to study or do schoolwork, and I'm like, I don't want to do schoolwork right now. This sucks. But then just reframing my mind and my intentions and being okay, school is a blessing and a privilege from God, and I'm going for occupational therapy, and I just was reminded by God that in the future, I'm going to use my degree in order to help people and ultimately glorify Him. So just reframing your mindset that everything and every part of your life is an opportunity to glorify God, and it's all about Him. And then finally, the last thing that I kind of realized was that just remembering that every single thing that we have and every single blessing that God's given us is a gift from Him. James 1:17 says that every good and perfect gift is from above. So just realizing every single thing is from Him. I didn't do anything to get anything that I have. Everything is about Him, and everything should ultimately be to glorify Him. So just in that process of learning all those things, it's been a process, but God has been really teaching me that everything is about Him if you make it, which you can and you should. And it's brought me a lot of peace as well. Not only does God deserve and want every part of our life, but it also brings us peace just knowing that, my life isn't about me, it's about Him. So I just encourage you guys to kind of think on that and look at ways that you can bring God into every part of your life.